Hey folks, Joshua here. Welcome back to Slay the Spire 2. So last time we beat Ascension 5 with the Regent. I think this time maybe we'll go with the Necrobinder. A Spire-born Lich who seeks revenge. Falls upon her trusty left hand Asti in combat. At the start of your turn, summon one. See what Niao has to offer for us. Alright, so we get File Holster, gain 1 potion slot and procure 2 random potions. One of the curses of the higher ascensions is that your 3 slots are reduced to 2. So getting that back is nice, and getting 2 starter potions is great. It means you can take an early elite, so here or here. Gain 1 card reward and procure 1 random potion, or remove 2 cards from your deck, lose 16 HP. So recovering HP is rough on the Necrobinder. We'd probably have to spend at least 1 fire on a rest, but removing 2 cards is great. We can get rid of probably 2 strikes. So then we're relying on Unleash to do damage and Defend to make our way through turns. Maybe 1 strike, 1 defend. Losing 16 HP is rough, but this is nice. It means your first shop can be late and you can go for a relic there as opposed to spending money on removing cards. File Holster's not bad. I don't really like Lost Coffer. I guess we're going Precarious Shears. So now the question is, do I get rid of a second strike or a second or defend here? I think we get rid of a strike and a defend. Okay. So we want the latest merchant possible, which looks like it's going to be here. After that, probably take the 2 elite path. It gives us 2 elites, 2 fires, or 3 fires, 1 elite. We can, we can decide after we get to the treasure chest. But that means I need to take this fire, and we want to skip that. So we'll come here, and we want gold, so it's a question of whether we go for these events or these fights. But we know where we're starting. All right, here's the Sea Punk. He's going to attack for 11. So if we block for 10, that's reduced to 1 damage, which Asti tanks for us. So we take no damage, we remain at 36, and we can get in 1 strike for 6 here. We lose the Ascender's Bane, because it's ethereal. Because of our Bound Phylactery, Asti comes back with 1 health, and now we've got 8 damage coming in. We definitely want to Bodyguard Unleash. And now we're going to take 2 damage here, or we can defend. I think it's probably, we're low on health already. It's probably better to defend here. Play out the turns. That leaves 4 on Asti. And you're buffing, so we're going to go 3 strikes. Puts you at 8. So 15 to kill. We can Bodyguard, Unleash, and kill. Very nice. Good first fight. We pick up a Vulnerable Potion. Love that. And we get to choose our first card here. Energy is always really good. The problem with this card is that it's next turn, but this is still fantastic. 2 ethereal cards. Now, if we look in the card library for the Necrobinder and filter by ethereal, deal 5 damage for each ethereal card played this combat. This is a pretty strong card if you have lots of ethereals. Page Storm isn't a bad power. Banshee's Cry can work really well if you have a bunch of ethereal cards. You need to draw this later, which means you kind of want like a larger deck, or you want the ability to retain this or put it on your draw pile or something. Spirit of Ash works with ethereal as well. there's a couple of tools for an ethereal build, which I haven't done before. 13 damage is good early. It's not as good late. Fear is a great card, especially once you upgrade it. But Invoke is very strong, and getting an energy card this early is fantastic, so I think I'm going to take Invoke here. All right, 8 damage coming in. If I defend twice, Unleash is only going to do 7. So I think we defend twice against the 8 damage, and then we Invoke. We just got rid of our Ascender's Bane as well. So now we're weak, which is not great, but we have 5 energy, so we can play all 5 cards. So I guess that's what we'll do. Not the best turn. Do we Invoke again? Yes, we can defend, Invoke, Strike. Ostia will go down to 3. Okay, very nice. We get the Bodyguard Unleash combo, and then Strike to kill. Okay. 13 gold and a Dex potion. That's helpful. What card options do we have here? Delay. I'm not a huge fan of 2-cost cards. Light Strike is interesting. This is better than a Strike by far. Deals more damage and applies Doom equal to damage dealt, which means it works on Vulnerable as well. We didn't take Fear, so we don't have a way to apply Vulnerable other than our potion right now. But we might see it again. Parse draws 3 cards. I'm not sure I like a Parse right now. I'd rather look into getting soul cards for draw. And this is only once per combat. It's not a bad card, but... Question is, do I want this Blight Strike? Because I don't want Delay. I don't think I want Parse. 11 block. And then gain energy next turn. You know, it's not terrible. There are certain turns where you need to defend anyway. Like, so if I play 2 defends, I get 10 block. If I play this Delay, I get 11. It upgrades to what? Upgrades to 13 and 2 energy. It's not bad. Picking defensive cards early isn't terrible. What do I have? I don't have a really good defense card right now. Maybe I do take Delay here. Doom isn't good unless you commit to it. I mean, it's okay for a mixed strat. What do we have right now? We've got Invoke for energy and then Strikes for damage plus Unleash. So, yeah, a Delay's okay. We'll take a Delay. Now, do I want more cards or do I want events? I think I want the 3 events, honestly. Like, getting a Relic would be amazing. We have low HP, so getting a heal would be helpful. I could take 1 more fight and then 2 events. I think maybe that's the play, because we've done 2 fights. 1 more won't be terrible. All right, we got the Slugs. The Slugs have this Ravenous trait. When an enemy dies, Corpse Slug immediately eats it, becoming stunned and gaining 4 strength. So we've got 8 damage coming in. We definitely summon... That's 6. Probably defend, Invoke, and then we kill 1 next turn. Yeah. So this one's doing damage, and if we kill it, this one gets stunned. We have 5 energy to work with, so we'll Unleash, Strike, Strike. Not quite enough, unfortunately, but we can get the kill and the stun next turn. And we're going to take... Ostia goes down to 3. Okay. Strike, strike, invoke. $14 damage coming in, so we want the kill here. We bodyguard into unleash for 18. Strike to finish. Okay, very nice. What do we have here? Eradicate. Kind of interesting. We've already got invoke and delay. If I play those, I get 6 energy on the subsequent turn. This deals 66. If we upgrade it, it's probably like another, probably goes up to 13 or something. Scourge is interesting. A 1 damage, 13 doom, and a draw. Scourge is not bad. Death March. Deal 8 damage, deals 3 additional damage for each card drawn during your turn. So this is not during combat, this is during turn. So this card works well with a soul build. You can draw like 4 to 6 cards, deal another 18 damage. Like this can get up to like 28 damage. If you manage to go infinite or semi-infinite, this can get insanely high. But we don't have any soul building cards right now. We've got kind of a defense, next turn energy kind of thing going on. So Eradicate's kind of the better choice. All right, let's go for some events. All right, so we can lose 6 HP to gain gold, or take a clumsy to get a relic. This is ethereal, so the first time it shows up, it goes away. It's a small deck, so we could get 2 curse cards on the same turn. That kind of means that when we get to here, we're going to spend 75 gold on a removal, which is not going to leave us a lot. And the relic is random, but relics are so powerful that I feel like So either I take the 42 gold and give up 6 HP and then buy a relic here. 42 gold gets me to 170. I've got 1 more fight, so like 180. That's probably not enough to buy a relic unless I get more money here. I do have a fire to heal if I want. I don't think I'm going to have enough to buy a relic, so I think I'll take this and see what we get. All right, we get Happy Flower. Every 3 turns, gain 1 energy. So we've kind of got like a nice early energy build going on. If we can pull like these 2 on the second turn and Eradicate on the third, that's 77. With another, yeah, it goes up to 14 if we upgrade it. Okay. Let's see what this second event is. The future of potions. You feel a faint rumbling as you round the corner to discover a gigantic spinning apparatus. It has several slots which appear to convert liquids into a highly compressed digestible tablet. The idea of turning these health tonics into a tiny morsel is uncomfortable, but perhaps it's good to try new things. We can obtain an upgraded common skill or an upgraded common attack. We've already got some defense, and we're low on attack, so I think I'd rather have the attack. Okay, we can take Defile, Reap, or Fear. I quite like Fear. In some cases, well, ooh, this has Retain on it. 33 damage is not great later in the game, but it's good early. Will help us farm elites quite well. 3 cost is high, but let's think about it this way. I've been getting turns with like 5 energy, right? So an extra 2 energy is an extra 12 damage. Compared to 3 strikes would be 18. So to 28 is 10. That's an extra 15 damage per turn. Fear Plus is also really good. The Retain here is nice because of our build. I think I take the Reap. Okay. So we are going into a fight and into here to do a remove on the curse. This is not an elite. We have 2 elites ahead of us. So I think we smith here. The question is, what do we smith? Eradicate with our cards could be quite good, but we now have that reap. Yeah. I don't know whether we want to use eradicate or reap. Getting more energy could be good. Another 2 summon isn't bad at all because it transfers across turns. We could upgrade our block card and get more energy from delay. Summon 3 and 3 energy, like those are both really good options. With that reap card with retain on it, I don't think the priority is to upgrade eradicate. I think it's delay. Okay. Got trio of rats. 11 twice is enough to kill this guy. And then we bodyguard or defend to stop this 6. This guy gets his debuff on us. We lose Ascender's Bane. All right. This is frail. Okay. 8 damage coming in. We can retain this. 7 plus 6 plus 6 is what, 19? So we can't kill the rat unless we play this, right? Because it's, yeah. All right, so we kill you. You're going to summon another rat, so we got to kill you if we can. So I'm not able to kill you. 6 plus 8. All right, let's invoke and delay here for extra energy next turn and see exactly what this looks like. I can't remember if he summons 1 or 2. He summons 1. Okay. We have 7 energy here. We can kill one of them. And then do work on you, bodyguard, defend. All right, so you're at 10 for next turn. And hopefully we get a strike and can kill you. There we go. Okay. Poke, Rattle, and Deathbringer. We're not really going into an Austie build. So this is just a 7 damage card for the most part. If we get it on the same turn as Unleash, it becomes 14. So we've got tools to get extra energy now, and cards that use that energy as well. Do I want to rattle? I mean, our damage right now is coming from Reap, Eradicate, Unleash, and the occasional Strike. So another damage card isn't terrible. It's only 1 cost and can hit twice if we get more cards that do Austie attacks, like Poke. Deathbringer, another high-cost card. Interesting. It's all enemies. The weak to all enemies is fantastic. The 21 Doom to all enemies is fantastic as well. Because that means if they have more Doom than HP, they just die. And 21's a big number to all enemies. It is a card that we won't play that often, but you know what? We do have all this energy generation in our deck. All right, you know what? I think it's a Deathbringer. I think we're going into like a 2-cost card build here. All right, let's see what the shop has to offer. Can't afford any relics. We have a lethality. That's actually not bad. That works really well with Reap and Eradicate. Doesn't do anything for Deathbringer. In some circumstances, it could be good for Unleash, but it's like, it's pretty good. We don't need a Defy. We don't need another Delay. This is interesting. Squeeze. But I can't afford it anyway. We already have this card in Eradicate. 52 damage. That's insane. This is kind of attractive with the cards we have. So this becomes, we add 16, it becomes what, 49 damage if we have lethality up. And then like if this can become more powerful. These all become 9 for the first attack of the turn. If we pull an Eradicate with high energy, it gets insane. We definitely need to remove our curse here. So that's 75 gold gone. And then I could pick up lethality here. I feel like for this build, maybe I do want this. I don't have any other powers right now. Works well with Reap, works well with Eradicate, can work with Unleash. Let me take a look at what other powers I could theoretically have, because you don't want to go too hard on powers. So Osti attacks deal more, apply Doom at the start. I don't really like Dance Macabre, but you can get 4 block if you play high value cards. Friendship would be amazing with this build right now. We're looking at lethality. This goes up to 75 if we upgrade it. Don't really have any debuffs that we're applying right now for Sleight of Flesh. More energy. Random card. With our energy build, Call of the Void kind of makes sense. The main is interesting. Reaper form would be kind of huge to find. All right, so I think we take lethality and then we get a little picky about cards from now on. All right, let's take our treasure chest. Cards containing strike deal 3 additional damage. Okay, so these all get that benefit, and that is it. Okay. I need to understand how this works. So am I going to get energy at the start of my next turn? I think I will. So I think we start this elite fight with 4 energy, which is great. Let's see. Yes. And this goes back to 0. Perfect. Okay. So you can only take a maximum of 15 HP per turn. We have no defense cards in this draw, which sucks. Tons of damage. No defense. That is rough. That means we're taking 11 damage. Oof. I mean, that sort of wastes that energy, unfortunately. At least we retain this Eradicate. Okay, 14 coming in. This is huge, because Doom bypasses the Hardened Shell, and it weakens him. I think we want that. I don't think we can afford lethality here. So we Doom and weaken. That puts him at 10. I can get 5 block or 5 health. Guess I go for the block here. Doesn't really make a difference. Okay, now he's coming in with 9. So more energy doesn't super help us, right? This gets me the block I need. And then I can hit him for 11, I guess, but he's got 10 block. So I'd like to hit him twice. This helps me next turn. This helps me next turn. This gives me block now. So I can do 22 damage and defend for 5, which means we take 3. I think that's actually the play here. All right, now he's coming in with 18 damage. So I think, yeah, oof, this is rough. We gotta... I do have the extra energy here from Happy Flower. So I can bodyguard, defend, and then at least strike for something. That puts him at 37. Once he gets to 21 or lower, he dies at the end of that turn. We're getting real low here. He's coming with 14. 21 kills him, applies weak. And then what do I have to defend myself? I have nothing to defend myself anyway. So I'm taking 14 damage. Yikes. No, I'm taking 10 damage. If I take 10 damage, then he dies. I have no way to defend myself. Rough draw. Down to 7, huh? Okay. Whenever you play a card that costs 3 energy or more, gain energy. Okay. So now we're interested in 3-cost cards like Reap. Basically, that reduces the cost of this from 3 to 2. It's a huge energy build, no question. I guess that makes Danse Macabre, like, decent? Get free block from playing some of these high energy cards we have. It essentially turns delay into 17 block, right? If I have the power up. I mean, everything is pushing us towards that. So I guess I'm going to pick this up. And we're going to have to rest before this elite fight, no question. See if we can get better draw this time. I might need to use these potions here. Okay. What do we have coming in? 5 plus 7, 12. We got 15 damage coming in. I can kill this one straight up. I can kill any of them straight up with a Reap. I don't have defensive cards anyway. I can play a skill potion for defense. If I kill you, I probably would rather kill this one. The 31 with the Reap. Let me see what we get from our skill potion here. 29 doom to all enemies. Kill enemies with at least as much doom as HP. That kills 2 of them. Okay, well, that's a gimme. And then we can straight murder you, and then we only take 2 points of damage. We don't have any block in this draw, so yeah, this is the play. Okay, that was a great skill potion. I could play Lethality to help me out next turn. I could play Invoke. I could deal damage. What am I going to draw here? Eradicate, maybe? I think I play Invoke. We take our 2 points. And we see what we draw. Okay. This wins it for us. So he had 50 doom and 30 health, so at the end of his turn he dies. Okay, we get a replacement potion. Fire potion's not amazing, but it's not terrible. Regular enemy combats were no longer encountered in question mark rooms. Not a huge fan of Juzu Bracelet, but it's not the worst. We get a fetch, pull from below, and drain power. I don't really like any of these. So fetch, Osti deals 3 damage, and you can draw 1 card. It's just not good. I mean, I guess that's 16 cards already. Yeah, it doesn't really work with our build, except I guess it can draw like the card draw is not bad, but there's other ways to get that. Pull from below, we don't really have ethereal cards. I think we have lethality and that's it. And then drain power. It's like a strike with a benefit. I don't think we want that. I would consider fetch for the card draw. Because we've seen a number of hands where it just didn't have a single defend of any kind. I guess I have delay. I've got weak on Deathbringer. And if we can get Danse Macabre in play, that's something. But yeah, I don't have a lot of defense in the deck. So card draw could help me out there. But I'd rather just get a good defend card than lard up the deck. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that. So we're going to skip this. And where do we want to go now? Do we want to fight another elite? I do have 2 potions. Facing off against Waterfall Giant, who we can probably deal with. I want to fight another elite. We've got energy stuff, but I would love a relic that like gave me some block or an attack or something. All right, let's risk it. Okay. We can upgrade 2 random cards or remove 1 card from your deck. Pretty much any upgrade we get is going to be great. What would I remove if I was removing something? Probably strikes. Because we want to be doing damage with Eradicate or Reap or Deathbringer or Unleash at the worst. These strikes are, well, I guess... What's better here? Remove a strike. Like, pulling a strike isn't great for me. I'd rather have one of these cards. Or I can get 2 random upgrades, which with my luck will be these starter cards, right? I mean, we could get... like an upgrade to lethality or Deathbringer or Eradicate would be good. I'd be happy with Danse Macabre or Invoke or Bodyguard or Unleash. So at least we should get at least 1 good upgrade. Would I rather remove a card? I'm not sure what to do here. We might need this to heal, so we might be light on upgrades going into Act 2. All right, let's take the light door. We get a Defend Plus and Eradicate. Okay. Let's see if we can get off the eel. Okay. No defense at all, so we're taking 16. That's rough. We need to have... We're going to retain Eradicate so we can... lethality. And then invoke. We're going to take a big hit. Okay. First attack each turn deals 50% additional damage. So let's throw the vulnerable potion. This is going to deal 21 damage, 31 damage 5 times. That's enough to kill it, right? Yeah, that's enough to kill it. Okay. So we get a whetstone. Upgrade 2 random attacks. 2 strikes. Okay. Were all my attacks already upgraded? I guess so. Okay. Well, we got what we got. And another Danse Macabre. No, definitely not. No escape. No escape is very strong. Apply 10 doom, plus an additional 5 doom for every 10 doom already on this enemy. So, if we play Deathbringer, and then play No Escape, that's 20 doom on top. That gets it to 40 doom. It's a very strong card. I do like fetch for card draw. I've been getting a lot of like poor hands, man. I passed this up last time. But No Escape is such a good card. We only have one other doom card, but do I want draw and like a teeny tiny bit of free damage? What are we doing? We're going up against Waterfall Giant? No Escape is a, like, we've got a fairly small deck. No Escape is a great card to cycle through. We're going all, we've got a huge energy build. We do start the next combat turn with an extra energy. Card draw? Or more doom? We want high value cards to work with Danse Macabre and our tile. Maybe we hold off and don't get either of these. We try and work with the deck we have, not the deck we wish we had, right? I don't have a we got a bunch of free upgrades from the event, so I don't have a choice here anyway. We're gonna take the rest and gain 19 hit points back. And we're gonna go fight the Waterfall Beast. Okay. So his first turn is spent debuffing, or buffing rather. We'll retain this for next turn, so I think we invoke Reap. Probably Fire Potion at some point during this fight. And then we get 1 point. We get 1 point back from Ivory Tile. I like that. So we can strike plus for more. Okay, so 42 damage on the first turn. Not terrible. Okay, he's coming in with 15. I don't have access to a lethality here. I think we want to play this to get the free block. And I think we want to play this too. This counts as a 3-cost card, I believe. So we get the 4 block from Danse Macabre, and I think we get 1 point back for this strike, but let's see. I did get the point back. I like that. Okay, so Asti dies and we take 2, I guess. But we put a big chunk in him. He weakened us, which is bad. Doom is helpful. Lethality is helpful. 10 damage coming in. What do I have? 3 energy? So we can weaken him to get that down to like 8 or 7. I think we do want to do this. So he gets 21 doom. Damage is reduced to 7. We pick up 4 because we played that card, right? And I think we want lethality. We can take 2 points of damage. Okay, we got our second power up and running. Steam Eruption's up to 21. We need to kill him fast here. He's about to heal. I don't love that. We've got 4 energy, so we can reap and come back with 2. And then we probably invoke. Do I strike or bodyguard here? Please strike. Gonna heal for, I believe, 30. Next turn we get 5 energy. Okay, he's coming in with 20. We got 5 energy to work with, so let's delay for 13. We get 1 back. Let's strike, unleash, and then let's defend. Okay. This is getting pretty high. Not happy about that. If I eradicate, because of lethality, this kills him. Excellent. We get 1 energy back, which unfortunately we can't do anything with. All right, so next turn he's going to hit us for 27, and we have to survive. I guess I kept this fire potion. Bodyguard, defend, defend, defend. That's 18. Plus 11 is 29. We're fine. Okay, good first fight. Good first act. This ivory tile, I think, is the key to using this build correctly. Because normally I'm not a fan of Danse Macabre and high-cost cards, but yeah, this ivory tile really makes the difference. Let's look at our card rewards here. Sacrifice for block. It's a retain. He dies and you gain block equal to double his max HP. Reanimate. This essentially for us is a 2-cost card to get 20 block that carries across turns. And if we have the fan dance up, it's 24. Undeath. Gain 7 block for 0. Add a copy of this card into your discard pile. That's an inverse anger. That's really interesting. We do have a fairly small deck, but not small enough to cycle this that quickly. We don't have a lot of exhaust. I think we go with Reanimate here. I mean, we're going all in on the big cards, so let's go all in on the big cards, right? Act 2 is the Hive. We're facing off against the Kaiser Crab. And Hale here is going to offer us some of his flesh. Okay, we have 3 options. Hale's Tears. If you end your turn with unspent energy, gain an additional 2 next turn. This plays into our current build, so this is pretty strong for us. Pale's Growth. Enchant a card with Clone. This card can be duplicated at rest sites. What would we do with that? I don't think we have a card that's good enough for that. Then Pale's Eye. The first time each combat you end your turn without playing cards, exhaust your hand and take an extra turn. So, like, if we pull Strike, Defend, Ascender's Bane, and like 1 or 2 of our other cards, we could exhaust that. No, I mean, I think given what we already have, Pale's Tears is the answer, right? Every turn that we give up 1, we get 2 the next turn. So, like, start with 5, and you can play up to 4 and keep it going. Or we could get up to like 8 or 9 energy to play an Eradicate. I think we got to go Pale's Tears. And that leaves us at the start of Act 2 with Happy Flower, Ivory Tile, Juzu Bracelet, and Pale's Tears active. This is done, this is done, this is done. Well, I guess Bound Phylactery is active. We were pretty strong. We could probably keep farming elites here. We're almost at max health. So I think I'm going to call that the episode. Feels like a pretty good deck right now. It's an interesting build. This Ivory Tile is kind of the key. It's making the whole thing possible. And Pale's Tears is going to upgrade that. So it's a very unusual build for me with all these high-cost cards, but I'm kind of liking it. I want to see how far it can go. I don't know if I can beat Act 3 with this. I feel like... All right, we'll have to see. I'm gonna call it there. That's gonna be it. That's Act 1 of my Ascension 5 Necrobinder playthrough that I'm recording for you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back with more, with the rest of Act 2, choosing our path and seeing what we can get done tomorrow. Until then, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Take care. Bye.